It's maybe just 2020 with a mustache. I am Felicia Day, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys to celebrate this wondrous occasion of weirdness, magnificent crafting, and maybe not so great crafting, because I'm on the not so great spectrum. I am so excited that Misha and Charlie and everybody at Gish asked me to host this year. I feel this is a subject close to my heart, and I'm very excited to see what you guys come up with in this weekend of madness. And I do mean that. I will not take these filters off, okay? So, I would like to give you a little bit of a run of the show. I'm sure some of you are veterans and you've been doing this for years and have all sorts of glue and glitter everywhere in your house that you can't get away because it's kind of like a herpes of crafts. Sorry, don't mean to bring up that word so early in the morning, unless you're in Italy and you're just, doing Italian afternoon things right now. So I am the first special host ever, and I was a little bit nervous until I heard that Misha Collins sometimes sets the bar really low, and sometimes it's super high. So you never know with Misha; it's going to be high or low. And I found that experience in working with him, but then I understood why he's so erratic. When Jared Padalecki gave him a wet willy when he was trying to do a really heartfelt close up on set. So, it's okay. Anyway, I'm very excited. There's tons of amazing things that we're going to go over during this run of show. And if you're new here, don't be scared. I'm here. So actually be scared. Okay, I'm going to explain how this works. So this hunt, it's a scavenger hunt, you guys. And the hunt runs from 8 a.m. Saturday, which is kind of like right now. And then it goes through 8 p.m. Sunday. This is Pacific, okay? And if you need to count GMT, I don't know. You're going to have to use Google. I also don't know how many tablespoons is in an ounce. And I don't know how to translate pretty much anything. I think there's about 5,000 feet in a mile. But I was never tested on that in school. I actually don't have a GED. Did you? You want to hear more about me? No. Okay. There are tons of panels over the weekends. And there is a complete list of items that you guys can find on the Gish website and other places that I'll talk about later because it's later in the list. Okay, so you can do as much or as little as you like. And since there are 80 items on the list, if you do all of them, I hope you get a prize because that's difficult. If you do, I'm going to be excited to feature you, but maybe that it won't come to that because you might pass out from exhaustion. That's okay though. So you need to communicate with your teams. I don't know how big the teams are. I didn't ask that question. I assume there's more than one, less than 10. So you just need to communicate with your teams. And I suggest a sort of divide and conquer situation. We'll talk about techniques there. I'm very good at organizing and not actually actualizing things. So I have a to-do list that's so organized. It's been there for a year. So there are 3 prizes this year. And I am very excited because I think they're very wittily written. Someone really is a nerd here at Gish. And I really like whoever that person is or people, all of them. Okay, the 3 prizes are the Knights of the Gish Pentadecal. I have a math degree. Gish, the Knights of the Gish Pentadecagon. Pentadecagon, is that a word?
That was so close, Felicia. You're so close.
Charlie, why did you give me that? Why didn't I look at this before we started here? Okay. The Gish Pentadecagon Table of Gishlandia. I nailed it. This will be awarded to the best. So the group with the highest points, but also the best quality. So it's going to be relative. I wouldn't suggest bribing Charlie. He's kind of a demon. So I think nothing besides like animal parts will satisfy him. Is that too graphic? Sorry. It was also weird. I don't know. It's early. I didn't have my tea yet. Hey, ow. I just spilled it all over myself. God darn it. He loves it. The next prize will be for the Bards of Gishlandia, and that is for the most creative and weird. So I feel like y'all are going to nail that one too. I can't wait to see. I hope I get to judge what the weirdest is. And if not, I know that you're in good, weird hands. And the third grand prize this year will be the Clerics of Gishlandia. who are the most kind, and they do the most acts of good. And you are truly the clerics. And let me just tell you, having played a lot of video games over the years, do you know who's the most integral to a video game group? The cleric. Do you know who is the most underappreciated? The cleric. If you're a parent, you could identify with this as well, especially moms. Okay. So those are the 3 prizes. They will be awarded later. And I think because the closing ceremony is at 4 p.m. tomorrow and the actual closing is at 8, I don't think those prizes are going to be issued by the time that I get to do and host the closing ceremonies. But rest assured, I'll send you a tweet, and that's magic. All right, you can find all information about the hunt on the updates page. It's gish.com/updates. And you could also follow the Gish social media. And you could also go to the Gish Bunker. It is the private Facebook page. So there's a lot of resources. You're going to want to keep up with this because there will be changes and additions and removals in the hunt list. Sometimes I heard there was an FAA incident. I heard that, some people are maybe doing real spells at some point and raise some people from the dead, which is always a problem. Don't do that. They're very hard to feed, and dogs don't like zombies. No, listen, no zombie prejudice for me. If you're an undead, you are welcome in my house. Okay. Saturday, I'm going to go over the list of panels. Okay. We have a really wonderful list. I'm hosting all the Saturday ones. I'm going to pop in and out tomorrow and be hosting the closing ceremonies. But today's panels, you're going to see me with a lot of filters and a lot of obnoxious voices, and you can't stop me unless you complain to Gish about my filters, and then they're going to just tell me, Felicia, cut it out. If you do that, you're a buzzkill, all right? Or an fairy kill, fairy kill. When you okay. Saturday panels, one of which is starting pretty soon. It is at 9 a.m. and these are all Pacific times. So if you're in Italy, I'm jealous. Falconry with Master Falconer Rodney Stotts, and Misha Collins is supposed to be rolling out of bed for this one. Is he going to be clean? Is he going to be cute? He's always cute. He's going to be talking falconry, wildlife conservation, and helping at-risk youth. So I will be there, and I'll try not to put a filter on for that. Who am I kidding? I'm going to have a filter. At 12 p.m., Enigmatology with Gabe Hicks and Jennifer Kretschmer. And this is very exciting because they're going to teach you puzzle crafting and building your own puzzles and give you the keys to unlocking and identifying puzzles, which is very cool. I put together, I don't mean to brag, but my child I have a 4-year-old, and she likes to do puzzles. I'm up to a 32-piece puzzle. Yeah. Told you I had a math degree, so you'll get there, y'all, okay? 3 p.m., we have a gastroegyptology panel with Seamus Blackley. Now, if you don't know Seamus Blackley, he's a legend. He created the Xbox, or he helped invent the Xbox. He is I would say a man of all seasons. I just made that up. I don't know what it means. I've always seen that term. I don't know if it's just a person who can withstand all weathers. Not sure. But he's going to be talking about cultivating ancient yeasts and baking. So I'm excited about that one because I've never baked bread because I'm intimidated about yeast. I'm just intimidated by yeast. It's an irrational fear. Sunday panels, 8 a.m. I'm going to pop in just the beginning of this one, I think, because I want to see what's going on here. Eskrima with J. Jasper Pugao. And Eskrima is a martial art from the Philippines, and it is stick fighting and knife fighting. I actually did a little bit of training when I did a Dragon Age miniseries that I wrote and starred in. That is one of my favorite video games. I was able to be in that game too. So if you romanced my character in Dragon Age 2, I'm really sorry you couldn't actually go the distance with my character. Unfortunately, the devs thought it was in bad taste, and I was like, you never asked me. I would have said no, but I would have been tempted. Sunday, 10 a.m. Enigmatology number 2 with Jennifer Kretschmer and Gabe Hicks. They are going to continue their puzzle crafting lecture with building a story around puzzles and codes, and they're going to be doing a Q&A. So if you are picking one of the puzzle challenges in this Gish, you might want to have some questions prepared for them to sort of like help you along your way. It's kind of like a master class in that. So I would definitely suggest checking that out. At 12 p.m., you're gonna have a chandlery with Christoph Vexer of Cantrip Candles. Oh, that's candle making. I didn't know that word. I thought I was a nerd, and I'm not. It's candles are nerd adjacent though, right? No, because all RPG worlds are candle based, unless you have magic, but that requires mana. Let's move on. And then at 4 p.m., we are going to have the closing ceremonies. So yes, there are closing ceremonies before the end of the hunt. Rest assured, if you are coming to the closing ceremonies, you still have 4 hours to complete all of your tasks. But the ceremony is at 4 p.m. because, quite frankly, I go to bed at 8 p.m. No, just kidding. It's 9. But we want to just make sure that people who are overseas, namely Italy, it's Italy's fault that you're going to have the closing ceremonies. I mean, get with it. Let's all get on one, time zone, regardless of how round the earth is and how that works. Who knows? So you do have until 8 p.m. and just don't wait until the last minute, because especially for uploads and things like that, you want to make sure that your edits are exported and your uploads go all the way through. And you don't want to be like, I worked all weekend and you didn't get my Ruth Connell video with her in WandaVision. I mean, I want to see all of those. And then the 3 prizes for the teams will not happen tomorrow until after the closing ceremony. So it's kind of preemptive, but hey, I'll put another filter on. You guys are going to love it. And any complaints that happen after that, not my problem. Okay. So I'm going to be as obnoxious as I want to be. I love you too. So before we end, I'm going to actually do a little audience interaction before we end, because I do want to talk to you guys about this. Before we end, you need to read the list and the commandments. The Gish Commandments, if you are not aware of the Gish Commandments, it's a lot going on. Let me just read a couple to you. There are a lot of important ones about timing and things like that. Before you embark on the quest, take heed. It's open to everyone, including but not limited to elves, humans, dwarves, hobbits, ents, orcs, trolls, unicorns, fae, halflings, gnomes, wizards, witches, giants, merfolk, wildlings, goblins, and dragons. But you are only committed to compete in Gish if you are kind of weird and weirdly kind. Haters, bulliers, dementors, or hostile personalities shall not pass. Don't be a jerk. There's a lot. I'm not going to read all of them. There's some great ones here, like jousting. Where's that joust? Jousting. All knights who wish to joust may apply for a position, but please note that all jousters will be hired on a freelance basis only. Although I'm going to tell you guys, you need to unionize, okay? I would suggest unionizing. This is just being freelance. You don't get any benefits. What if you get hexed? You don't get free hex care. Moving on. Let's see. Poetry. They say that the most accurate predictions rhyme. We'd ask you for one, but you won't have the time. Awful. Also puns. Yeah, stick them where the suns don't shine. I hate puns. There's one about dragons I wanted to find. There are a lot. Dragons. All dragons who are double parked may be ticketed or towed without warning. So don't do that. And Kale, our love affair has been on and again, off again, but we are currently on trial separation. We'll keep you posted and appreciate your respect and privacy during this time. Absolutely. Kale was something that I only ate because I thought it was good for my colon. And then I realized, I don't really care about my colon until there's a problem with my colon. Then I'm going to care about my colon. I've decided to be short-sighted about these things. And I'm sorry, colon. That's it. So just look through these things. There's a lot of good writing here, as a lot of rules you need to follow. Okay. Also, read the list. I just got the list this morning, and I believe that you guys want it as well, of lists of the actual list of things you need to do. And every panel, I will be announcing another, or there will be another. If I'm not there, there will be another panel suggested deliverable. So those will be announced as. So not are we talking 80 tasks, right? We're talking 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somewhere above 80. They're above 80 tasks. And so this is intimidating. I'll tell you, I clenched a little bit inside my stomach. It went, I had peanut butter toast for breakfast. It went, it was a homemade peanut butter toast though. And I suggest smittenkitchen.com for any of your recipe needs, not sponsored by, but they have a wonderful oat and whole wheat loaf that I just love. Unless you have a gluten allergy, I do a lot of celiac cooking because this is a tangent. So there are a lot. And I just want to assure you that if you are getting a little agitated with the length of this list, I feel you. This is something that it's a lot. But here's how I tackle things that are intimidating. I ignore it for about 7 to 8 days. Then I look at it again, get really anxious, ignore it for another 2 months. Then I just go ahead and call the dentist. So that's how I operate. Don't do that because you only have a weekend here. So what I would suggest, if you are intimidated with what's going on here, I would look at the list. I would print the list out, okay? I'm sorry. A tree needs to be sacrificed for this because this needs to have some hand-on care. You need to get it into your body, this list. And I would take 3 highlighters. This is adding another task to this. I'm just adding more homework. But what I would do is I would, in a creative way, I would take 2 different color markers or pens, and I would go through this list thinking, don't think too hard about it. Circle the one that looks easy to you or easier to you, that looks doable, and then circle the ones that look like fun to you. So that's what I would do. And if you want a third one, get like a black Sharpie and just go cross out the ones you're like, heck no, I'm not doing this. So those are that's what I would do to go through this list. Everyone's not going to, if you do one of these this weekend, I'm going to give you a high five if I ever see you in person. So this is meant to not creatively stifle you, but to creatively fuel you. And so you need to have some joy when you're looking at this list and say, what is activating me and what is making me want to crawl in a hole and eat cupcakes all weekend? That's life for me. But this list should not do that to you because this is going to be something that spurs something even more creative in your life as you go forward. So like, for example, I went through here and I said, you know what would be really fun to do? My item, okay? Image, Felicia Day, aka Charlie, Queen of Moondor. Oh, me? What? Queen? Moi? Me? The Queen of Moondor knows all too well, heavy is the head that wears the crown because it's made out of precious stones, as in rocks. Create a rockin' huge crown bedazzled in rocks and pebbles. Post it on social media, tagging Gish and at Felicia Day. I want to see these crowns. I don't mean to be plugging my own item. I get no residuals for this. I just want to see your beautiful crowns. My daughter, she has 3 crowns. She has a Rapunzel crown that someone bought for her. Even during my phase of no princesses in the house, that failed horribly. Then I made her a little crown out of some vines that subsequently have just turned into twigs. She loves it. And then we have a paper crown that we made together. Any or all of those would be beautiful. You use the resources that are most exciting and accessible to you to make a crown, and just make sure to do this item. Okay. Number 22 is a really fun one. An email is not as secure as it should be, so I used a charm to hide a poem in your books. To retrieve it, pick up the first 9 books that catch your attention and record the 9th word on the 9th page in each book, along with the first and the last words of each book. Use those 27 words to write a poem. You may employ as many additional ands, ifs, buts, a's, ors, or these as you like. Weirdo, I'm sorry, I talk really fast. You're wonderful. But this one sounds fun because automatically they are already giving you the tools to do it. You can pick up any 9 books. You can pick up the comic section. You can pick up this is like some low-hanging fruit that could be like a creative juicer. Never say creative juicer again. That is disgusting. Why did that sound so gross? Even though it shouldn't, but it does. I'll tell you one that I never want to do. I'll tell you the one that if I were using a black Sharpie, I would be like, heck no. Cinderella had to dance in glass shoes at a ball, and she also had to walk on eggshells around her stepfamily. We're not about that life. Dressed as the princess, cavalierly stomp around eggshells, empowered and barefoot. First of all, sensorily, that makes me want to vomit. I don't want to get too graphic, but just the crunch of an eggshell is one of my most hated sounds, and I'm not even kidding you. Also, eggshells look, maybe they're innocuous, Maybe they're sharp as razors. Who knows? It looks to me that there's a lot of sharp edges there. So that's when I would just be like, no, I don't want to do it. And as you take your power through this list, you are going to be even more motivated and less intimidated. All right. So tell the ones, no, I'm not going to construct a castle, even though that sounds pretty fun. I'm not going to do videos. I don't know how to do that. Don't do it. Am I talking too much? Yep. Okay. I'm over time. So anyway, that's what I want to talk to you about. And I think that's the end. So we are, there will be a change of life item announced later today. I know that you guys probably, and I'm sorry for saying guys all the time, y'all need to, I know that y'all are used to having a change of life item that makes you feel amazing after this weekend that you're going to give some. And I just want to give a shout out to Misha for changing so many people's lives. You guys, y'all as a collective have changed so many lives around the world. I'm so excited to help announce the next change of life later today. And it is just such a wonderful thing to be able to put generosity, kindness, and consideration into the world, especially as a group. It makes us feel a lot less powerless in this world when we can do good like that. So I'm excited to announce that. Okay, so do we have Charlie, Kristen, anybody behind the scenes? Can we pull a couple people into here? Everyone raise your hand if you are either a past winner or you want to share one thing that you're excited to do on this list. And I want to hear from someone who there is something definitely you do not want to do. We're going to pick 3 people. Those are the 3 categories. So is anyone raising their hand? We have some Q&A here. Could you speak slowly? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Simona. Are we going to go to different places? That is Courtney asks, are we going to go to different places? That is your choice, Courtney. And it's your choice as a person. I'm going to try to speak slower. It's not possible. I'm so sorry. Lo siento. Not a question per se. WG Weddich asks, not a question per se, but I'd like to thank the organizers for both the opportunity to participate and the general accessibility by signing the translation. Yes, Berto, you are incredible, as are the people behind the scenes making this possible for everyone. I like the energy our host brings. I like you too. I'm really glad I read this out loud. Are you excited as we are? Yes. All right. Let's see. All right. I'm going to look for some. Do I just go answer live? Somebody behind the scenes, help me.
Yeah. What's your question?
Oh, I had a question. How do I make someone live on here so I could talk to them?
Well, we've got Adrian Campos right here.
Oh, Adrian, great. Hi, Adrian.
Felicia, nice to meet you. Greetings and salutations. Team Galactic Hitchhiker here. So to answer the question, I guess that was posed was regarding anxiety, when doing these scavenger hunts. What I would suggest, I'm a person who personally suffers from anxiety, depression, just the norm things. So what helps me get through it is that I remember that we're doing this for fun, that we're doing this to help other people that are in desperate need of things in the world, that we are able to help provide them with by doing these items. And also, the team that you work with. The team that you work with are your friends. They have your back. They're your buddies. They're your family, right? So if you're having a stressful moment where you're finding it hard to get through an item, just know they have your back. They'll let you know, like, hey, don't take it too seriously. Take a break if you need to, and then come back to it. And just know that if you can't get through it, don't worry. We got your back. We'll help you get through it, So I think that's the most important thing we have to kind of keep in mind. So that way we don't stress out and have a meltdown, and then realize we're beating up ourselves about it.
100%. I think as a fellow anxious person who has been plagued by a lot of anxiety my whole life and had to look to many, many different areas to help me get through a lot of situations, I think when we get so anxious, we don't even know what our baseline of not anxious is. And we confuse ourselves with our anxiety a lot. And so anything we can do to remove that, to show ourselves we have the power to remove that by alleviating stress, alleviating that anxiety. And really, your anxiety is fear. It's fear-based, and your anxiety is trying to help you. It's trying to protect you from something that it thinks is dangerous. So you, as your own kind of parent, have to kind of give your anxiety, your little baby anxiety, a hug and say, I got this. I see what you need from me. I'm either going to delegate this to someone else. I'm either going to just not do it at all. I'm going to do it a different way that is more fun. You know, when I want my baby to just go to bed, there's no way that a direct route will work. So I'm like, okay, I can either force her to do it, which will take her agency away, or I could figure out a fun way for us to figure out how to get her in bed. And sometimes we just have to treat ourselves like a little kid, because our anxiety probably is us as an anxious little kid who can't really get through situations and didn't have the means or help or tools to get through a situation. And then they've learned that the world is dangerous for us. So the more we can show our anxiety safety, the more we can get through situations like that. And like I said, there's no reason why you have to do 85, 87 things. If you want to tackle that and you have experience, but you don't dance Coppelia when you just have never taken a ballet class before, right?
Rightly so, rightly so.
Yeah, you have to do your plies, you have to do your whatever. I do ballet, so, you know. Anyway, thank you, Adrian.
I unfortunately do not, so I understand.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for your comments, and I'm sure you've given a lot of strength to some people, and your kindness really helps. So thank you, and good luck this weekend.
Likewise.
Okay.
Waiting for it. Thank you.
Let's see. This is my first. Katrina Nye says, this is my first Gish hunt, but I'm so excited. Thank you, Misha and Felicia and the Gish gnomes. Thank you, Katrina. You're very nice. Shay, why do you keep changing your background, Shay? What's going on here?
Okay, well, without my background, that's not the change background. I have a zebra print wallpaper. I've been told that it's very distracting. So I need to have a virtual background on. But this is Zoom, and I usually use WebEx. And
distracting? What's distracting about it? What's distracting about it, Shay? Shay, what's distracting? What are you talking about?
The only Zoom backgrounds I actually have downloaded are from like a big supernatural Zoom that like we do once a month. And so I just have the most ridiculous supernatural backgrounds only. I don't have my normal blur one that I use when I'm in online classes.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's a good excuse to get the boys behind you, okay? You know? It's okay. What is your question or your comment? Have you done Gish before? Okay, you have a lot. What is that face?
Yes, I do.
What is going on with these faces? Is that
I don't know, honestly.
Is that Misha or somebody else who
you know, he oh gosh.
I'm really confused about his face. Did he get a face transplant since? I mean,
I'm not sure.
Wow. Okay. Listen, I just, it doesn't look familiar to me. He looks so innocent and this is before Jared Padalecki gave him a wet willy, right? Like this is pre-wet willy.
This is pre-wet willy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Berto, I'm sorry I made you do wet willy so many times. Shay, what's your comment or your question? What's going on here?
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to have one. Sorry. I just like
time
buttons. So someone said raise hand. I was like, okay.
All right. So you're unqualified and you really had nothing to say. Shay, you have to have, you can step up. I have faith in you.
Okay. Well, I was looking at the list. I'm really excited to do a sea shanty.
Yes, I saw that one in the style of, but you have to do I believe Tolkien
song. Yeah.
So how many songs are there that Tolkien wrote? I remember quite frankly skipping over a lot of songs in those books.
Oh, I cannot believe you skipped over. Those are like my favorite parts. Oh my gosh, I love.
I'm sorry. I don't like to read song lyrics in books. That is my pet peeve. Or like opening poems. I know I'm a Philistine. Is that the right use of that? Okay.
I went to the Tolkien Museum when I was in Oxford, and I was just like blown away by all his language. If y'all haven't looked into like Tolkien and like how he wrote all the different, like he literally made up languages in his books, like it's amazing. Anyway, sorry, that's my favorite.
No, he's fascinating. He's a fascinating person. Also, are you excited for the new TV show? What is that going to be exciting for you?
Oh, I mean, I've been a little bit busy with senior and college stuff.
It's not out. It's not out yet. You're okay. You'll get when do you graduate?
Time for WandaVision, and that's about it recently. Like I cannot focus on multiple things.
It's don't you spoil it. I'll come to your house.
I will not. I promise. No spoilers.
All right. So you're going to be doing the sea shanty. What is your team? Who is your team? What's your team name?
This mini hunt, I am on the team Cass Ass Butts, which if you ask my dad, he calls my team this time Cass Likes Butts, which is a choice.
I don't understand, but it's okay. You're very cute. Okay, bye. All right, that was wonderful. So Dean Razzano, bye Shay. Dean Razzano asks, can my cats participate in Gish as well? Can your cats participate? Yes. And if you don't have them participate, I'm going to be angry with you, Dean. I need to see cats dressed up. I need to see cat paws on art. I need to see cats maybe singing sea shanties. If your cat can sing a sea shanty, please post it because it will go viral. All right, let's see. Nicole Lado. Nicole,
Hello.
come on over.
Hi. First and foremost, I apologize for the camera quality. My ghostly pale skin does not work well with low quality cameras. So
First of all, I love you. And I will tell you, you are worthy of not apologizing the first time I meet you. All right. You're wonderful. Embrace the fact you look like a star shining goddess. Your background is beautiful. You look like you could tell my fortune and I would be transformed. So, Nicole, please embrace the fact that you are glowing like a moon. All right.
I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
So I think the reason why I was chosen to make an appearance. Hi, everyone watching. I was on Team Impala, which was the 2014 winners of Gishwez. And I would love to sprinkle my own little bit of veteran advice for anyone who's watching.
Please.
First and foremost, like I think her name was Adrian said before, number one rule is that you have to remember to have fun. The second you stop having fun, I kind of think of it as like, well, what's the point? Because more than anything, why have you spent, $20 on an activity that takes up 48 hours of your time when you don't like it? With the mini hunts especially, I think these are fantastic opportunities to really put all of your energy into the items that you are really passionate about. Considering this hunt has 3 amazing prizes, you have the opportunity to focus all of your energy on 1 or 2 items and make them the best possible pieces of art you have ever made in your entire life that you can be so proud of. And if the Gish people like it enough, they might even post it on social media. I had the kind of humiliating experience of having my, the last mini hunt we had in October, the song that you had to create to the tune of the Coven song, like to the tune of Let It Go. I woke up one day to dozens of messages from my team. We are now Team Nomad, by the way, represent GNOMAD. I woke up to dozens of messages being like, hey, they just posted you on Twitter. Hey, they just posted you on Instagram. Hey, they just posted you on Facebook. And I was like, cool. Not a singer. I'm so glad thousands of people get to hear that.
No, it's wonderful. And Nicole, again, I notice a pattern of you putting yourself down, and I do the same thing. And I want to tell us collectively, celebrate the fact that you wrote a song and you sang it. And if you want to get better at anything, you have the power to do that, but certainly embrace the fact that you put yourself out there, you did it, and you're wonderful. So thank you. And thank you for those encouraging words for everybody.
Of course.
I appreciate
Have
all
a great
of
day. Good luck to the hunt for everyone.
Bye, Nicole. Charlie's
Felicia.
going to tell me to stop it, but I want to
Listen.
answer one thing.
Yeah.
Charlie. Brenda Ritchie says, please bring me on. No, Brenda. Okay.
Oh, see, that it's going to be that kind of hosting. Felicia, this is amazing. And we just wanted to say thank you on behalf of Gish and Misha that you're here. We're so excited to have you guiding us this weekend. And there's nobody more up to the task. Your filters are great. Wear them all weekend.
Oh yeah, you won't see me unfiltered in life or in online.
We want both. So we've got this next panel coming up. I'm just going to go ahead and share that information. So falconry, I think collectively we all kind of flipped out about this one. So we hope you'll join us there too. And yeah, if there's anything you need, just tweet at Felicia all weekend, I think is what we're saying here. Just,
I mean, I'm not going to be like customer service for you, but
why
that's
not?
okay.
I
will.
thought that was part of the contract. Sorry, let me just check.
Okay. All right. I do want to answer something. Some people are a little anxious about timing. If you want to attend the panels, they're only 25 to 30 minutes. So if you'd like to pop, you could pop in and out. You could do a craft while you're watching. So they are very easy to digest. And I do suggest they are amazing panelists. So I'm excited to learn a lot from them. And so pop in and out at your leisure. All right. Well, I guess I should just wrap it up. And thanks so much. And I'll see you guys all day today, huh? Bye. Oh, wait, let me get my voice on. Bye.